wine. You guys, it is finally time to meet Sauvignon Blanc. I am so excited. We are going to discover who she is, where she comes from, what she like, and finally, what foods match her personality best. Let me just get her real quick and we'll get started. Sauvignon Blanc is a white grape variety. You guys, it is super lightweight. It's like feather light. And it has quite a strong acidity usually. It really grows everywhere, but the thing is that you don't put it in a climate where it's too warm, where there's a lot of heat and a lot of sunshine. Because, well, if you put it under too much sunshine, it's going to lose all of its acidity and let me tell you, it's just gonna be flat. It's gonna lose all of its charm. It's not gonna taste good. So you guys, we're gonna have this wonderful lightweight wine, feather light, pale color, not too intense. Check it out. It's got some like greenish nuances, I think. You see? So pretty. And then we're gonna have this crisp, vigorous acidity. So beautiful, beautiful texture in your mouth. And that is why I adore Sauvignon Blanc. Okay, so where does she come from? Again, from France, you know. All the grape varieties have to come from France, right? But that's beautiful. I mean, it's super easy to remember. Sauvignon Blanc comes from the Loire Valley. It absolutely enjoys the climate there. The soils are super suitable and it produces very fine, sophisticated wines there. So you just need to remember these two places where they grow the most famous Sauvignon Blancs in the Loire Valley, and you're gonna be pretty much all set. First, Sancerre, and second, Pouilly. Fumé. Winemakers in those two places, in Pouilly Fumé and in Sancerre, usually choose to age a Sauvignon Blanc in still tanks, so quite uncomplicated, which again gives them this lovely vigor, supports the acidity, and just produces super nice mineral wines, really with unmasked sense of place. No makeup, no oak. Sauvignon Blanc kind of likes to travel. If we go a bit more south from the Loire Valley, we're going to end up in another super famous wine region, Bordeaux. I know, Bordeaux is a mecca for red wine, but there are a couple of places where they grow very famous Sauvignon Blancs. However, Sauvignon Blanc in Bordeaux she kind of has her best friend, a gal pal, if you will. And this best friend is called Sémillon. So Sauvignon Blanc and Sémillon, you will often find white Bordeaux wines where these two ladies hang out together. They really like to hang out together in Bordeaux. Sauvignon Blanc and Sémillon, they're like best friends, best gal pals, and you will often find them combined or mixed together in a white Bordeaux blend. In Bordeaux, there are basically three main places that you just have to memorize again, where they make really nice wines out of Sauvignon Blanc and Sémillon. First is Grave. Second, Pessac-Léognan. Third, it's famous, but me personally, not a big fan, but I'm gonna mention it just for the sake of it. It's huge. This region is vast. Entre-deux-Mers. So I think that Entre-deux-Mers, they are extremely price friendly. I mean, who wouldn't pay $7.50 for a bottle of wine? But at the same time, I think these wines are a little nervous, you know? They're like everywhere on your palate. They're not as sophisticated. But the Grave and Pessac-Léognan wines, and typically for Sauvignon Blanc, the winemakers there, they age their wines not in the steel tanks, but in the oak barrel. So this brings just a totally different flavor in our Sauvignon Blanc wine. And I have to tell you, I was a bit skeptical about those. Sauvignon Blanc aged in oak? I mean, I was Mrs. Skeptismo, you know? But these white wines were just absolutely delicious. I was blown away. Grave and Pessac-Léognan opened doors to a totally new world of flavors for me. And New Zealand. That is another paradise for our Sauvignon Blanc. Marlborough is the region to go when you're looking for the best Sauvignon Blancs in New Zealand. So, would you say that these Sauvignon Blancs from New Zealand are aromatic? Well, yo-ho! They are extreme. This is like fireworks, explosion of aromas. And also, great news is that these wines are super price friendly. And also these wines are just meant to be drunk right there and you know, just now. They're not meant to age. So what is Sauvignon Blanc like? Well, for that, I'm gonna have to take a sip, don't I? Yes. Oh my god, so good. Maybe a bit too warm. My glass has no signs of chill, but it's still really, really nice. Okay, so let's break it down. Let's begin with Loire. It's gonna have quite a lot of those green aromas, but super interesting. So think of like freshly cut grass. In terms of fruits, think of gooseberry, grapefruit, of course. Some lemongrass is there. And also you've got this signature aroma of a bell pepper. Very often I find, especially in those colder years, I find that you get touch of a rhubarb there. Which is also, I mean, how interesting is that, right? And speaking of green, hello, dill, celery, cucumber, and you get this nice smoky touch to it. So that's pretty cool. I just love it. So interesting. And also, I mean, I don't want to scare you off, but most of the time, if you're having those older Sauvignon Blancs, kind of that spent a couple of years in the bottle, those wise Sauvignon Blancs, you're gonna have this canned asparagus or cat pee. I know, it's super weird, but like imagine for people who have been tasting wines for years, you know, they all the time, they're so tired of this fruitiness.
Okay, here we go. Another grapefruit, another lemon, another lime, another tangerine, another pineapple, another green apple.
And then all of a sudden they get this bottle of Sauvignon Blanc and they're like, what is that? That smells like cat pee. So that's actually quite interesting. And that's why lots of wine geeks absolutely adore this Sauvignon Blanc from Pouilly Fumé or from Sancerre, because they can find this wild touch there. Now, Bordeaux. 3 most important places that you need to remember: Graves, Pessac-les-Oignons, and Entre-deux-Mers. So Graves and Pessac-les-Oignons, these are the places where they do this very cool, unique, unusual style of Sauvignon Blanc, where they age Sauvignon Blanc untypically in oak barrels. And so you are gonna have this absolutely out of this world Sauvignon Blanc wines. What do I mean with that? You guys, beeswax, kind of like jasmine tea or green tea, this wonderful creamy herbal touch, like a little bit of saffron or, you know, those dried green herbs. Also like melon and yellow flowers. So extremely nice aromatic wheel. And New Zealand. Here we are in a slightly warmer climate, and that just means all of this tropical fruitiness. Lots of tropical fruits. You've got kiwi, pineapple, you've got melon, honeydew melon, passion fruit. It's like a fruit salad. You know, it's like you're walking through a summer meadow and it's really warm and you get this lovely grassy feeling. You've got this lovely warm air and you're holding a fruit salad in your bowl and this whole aromatic. Just imagine how cool is that? And that is your New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It's quite spectacular, don't you think? I know, pretty cool. Okay, so what are we pairing our Sauvignon Blancs with? Goat cheese. So good. Heavenly. Just like goat cheese. Goat cheese from the Loire Valley. Also, there's this one typical one, which is called cendré, and that means ash coated. I know, kind of creepy, but trust me, it's extremely delicious. So good. Also think like goat cheese ravioli or risotto with asparagus and pecorino cheese. Oh, delight. I'm thinking also like a Greek salad, you know, with feta cheese that has light saltiness in it, the feta cheese. And then it would complement the acidity in the Sauvignon Blanc. I'm thinking smoked eel with white beetroot. And you guys, how about I paint a picture for you? You are sitting on a warm summer terrace and you are serving yourself a nice chilled glass of Sauvignon Blanc. And then you got this cold or chilled cucumber dill soup with salmon bits in it. Hey, how beautiful is that? Let's sum it all up. Sauvignon Blanc, a wonderful featherlight, lightweight, wine with usually vigorous, refreshing acidity. Quite a nice pale color. The best place, whoa. Best places to remember: Loire Valley. We've got Sancerre and Pouilly Fumé, the kingdom, the paradise for Sauvignon Blanc. If we're going a little bit to the south, we're still in France. It's Bordeaux, Graves, and Pessac-Léognan. Also Entre-deux-Mers, but again, a bit too nervous, a bit too all over the place. If you're in New Zealand, you're looking for Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. And in terms of flavors, it offers you this lovely greenish touch. Cucumber, celery, dill, parsley. You've got lemongrass. You've got grapefruit. Oh my God, so much going on. Sometimes you got this, canned asparagus and cat pea, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Instead, go for those lovely, vigorous, tropical, fruity Sauvignon Blancs from New Zealand, from Marlborough, or the Bordeaux, where you've got this nice creamy touch because they're aged in oak. What do we pair it with? Well, goat cheese. Marriage that is going to last forever. Sauvignon Blanc and goat cheese. And also think of those like fresh salads, like summer food generally. Fresh cucumber dill soup. Love it. So there you have it. How great was it? Our little rendezvous with Sauvignon Blanc. I absolutely loved it. You guys, even a little warmer, it's so good. The aromatic is just really reminds me of summer. Warm summer. Meadow. Bambi is jumping around. His mother is there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week for even more wine.